Hello everybody. I am back for more chaos. I am not done causing chaos everywhere I go yet. And thank you so much for all the gifted Ali Graza and Joe Cool. Thank you so much. If you guys didn't know, I did a members only stream just a few days ago where we played Manor Lord for the launch. I played for like 5 hours. It was great. So you know, when I'm feeling shy, I used to do member streams. Well, that was our first member stream, but that was my plan, okay? And now I guess I won't be able to hide anymore because we have way too many members, which is a good problem to have. Thank you so much. Hi everybody. Yeah, so I don't have my full overlay set up yet, but I am planning to do like a Saturday night live kind of show. Originally, the title of this stream was supposed to be the Saturday night Evenstar show, but then I realized that we weren't Saturday, so I did that one pretty quickly before anybody noticed. Yeah, we're Sunday. That's today's news. And there you go, stream's done. Yeah. Good evening. I need to find a good title for my show because I was thinking I feel like just doing the Vtuber news thing is not really my thing. I mean, it's my thing, but I always like to do things more extra, and I feel like a lot of people already do that. I want to kind of do my own thing and also do something that I can do weekly and that I can have guests over and we can talk about different topics. So I think that could be fun. No problem, Nora. Hi, True Link. Yeah. So we got, yeah, stable news. Oh, stable. I thought you said that like, oh, it's gonna be, you know, stable because it'd be weekly. But yeah, stable news. I could actually, I could write that down. Stable news. I feel like there's a play on word that we could do with Evenstar because it's evening, but I couldn't really find anything. From the horse mouth. Horsing around with Rima Evenstar. Okay, let me write this down. Okay, and from the horse. But then I would have to admit that I'm a horse. Fuck you guys. Oh, damn, I said a swear. Freck you guys. Weekly roundup. That's good too. Alright, so we have a lot to talk about today. I was kind of on a streaming break because I was trying to record my 3D concert that I'm doing with Niana Banyana, who had her birthday a few days ago. She's an indie VTuber, but she's being a superwoman and organizing a 3D show. And last year, Pippa was on the show too, which is pretty cool. The other Sunday. It's Monday where I am though. Oh, it's Monday where you are? You're from the future, bro. Cool. My thumbnail, I didn't ask to have that thumbnail done, okay? Aquarig did it. I needed the last minute thumbnail, so I used this. And Evening with Evenstar. Yeah, I like that one. Or Evening with Rima Evenstar. Although it's a little long. Yeah, she's one of Pippa's kids. I think, is was she originally from Flavor? I think she was, man. It's all a circle. Everybody's related in this in the VTubing community. Yeah, she's been great. I still need to do more recording. but I've had a few meetings today, so I wasn't able to get to it too. There is more to be done. The 3D and recording stuff is so much more work than I anticipated. A lot more work, but I'll know for next time. And I learned a lot. It's gonna be pretty meme on my part because I'm not a singer and I had to kind of hop on this very last minute, so we're doing what we can. But I still want to, you know, put on a great show. And I think the goal of this is for you guys to be entertained, whether it is by laughing or, you know, by clapping. Flavor is still alive to this day. I followed another one of the Flavor girl the other day. I found her on Twitter. Pippa has already more success launching VTubers than half the corpos. Yeah. All right. On the menu today, all right, we have a few things. So I'm gonna talk about a recap of the Kenji Sayu thing. I didn't really speak on this. I'm here also to offer a new perspective that people aren't really discussing on the matter. And I've given it a lot of thought. And I think it also rounds up with a lot of other things that are happening. So it's gonna be a nice way to wrap everything together. I've touched on it on my Patreon video if you guys are Patreon subs, but if you watched this, I'm gonna repeat some points here, not all of them, of course. Yeah, Kenji Sayu, Kage, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Are you supposed to pronounce the J or not? This is the part of English that I don't like, the J's. They really screw me over. He released another video that I haven't had a chance to take a look at just 9 hours ago. So we're gonna take a look at that. We have NUX who's getting cancelled by some V-tweeters again. Again, it's gonna tie back to what I'm discussing with Kenji and Sayu. We're gonna talk about Nexus. We're gonna talk about the Niji Sanji show as well. The Rhapsody show. Shit. Kuewasa. It's crazy that Kuewasa is always there, but he always gets missed by the gifted subs. I don't get what the AI is doing, the way it distributes the thing, who it prioritizes. For Kuewasa. How do you say Gerudo Valley? Like this? Gerudo Valley. It feels longer than a week ago, right? When did this whole thing happen? Last week, right? Feels like an eternity ago. Sigh. Alegraza got scolded by his wife already for spending too much on YouTube. And now he's doing it more. Got him? Oh, got him. Shut up. Okay. Should we, let's get right into it. I think we have a lot to cover. I'm about to go on a huge tangent. That's also why. So, about the Kenji Sayu drama, I think everybody, you know, kind of heard about it. We don't need to go into the details again. Alish Raz. There was a lot of shit flinging on both sides. And both Sayu and Kenji's audience got a lot of heat. But I also feel like it distracted a lot of the main point. Like, it removed a lot of heats from the Doxers too. Which is also kind of wrong in a way. I feel like Kenji was right in his right to out them, So what happened is that I'm just gonna talk mostly about the new stuff like Kaje today, I think. So Kaje was part of one of the people that were in the quote-unquote hate group message, and they were talking shit about Kenji. That's pretty awful. It's a pretty awful thing to do. It's very immature, you know. Personally, if I don't like somebody, I just tell them to their face. Because I'm frank, you know, that's what French Canadians do. We're pretty frank about stuff. We're just gonna tell you when you're being shitty. But so Kaje originally, when Kenji came out with the whole doxing accusations, he showed support towards Kenji, and you know, he was telling him you're right, etc. Go for it, king. But then Kenji received logs from somebody, I don't remember who exactly, showing that Kaje was part of the whole thing. He was a participant in the hate group, and even though he didn't do the doxing himself, he didn't stop it, he didn't rein it in, and the worst part is that he didn't tell Kenji, and he had 2 years to do it. He could have also done it once Kenji tweeted out about it. Even though it was late, you could still feel bad about it and say something. Like, I don't know, you fucked up. But there's always a way to say something like, I don't know, man, I'm sorry, I saw this, I was stupid back then, I should have said something, I didn't. Je m'en veux. How do you say that? Like, I feel bad about it, and I regret it. But now, oh, he was talking a lot of smack too? I didn't see that. So, yeah, I mean, mob mentality. Again, I'm gonna talk about mob mentality in a bit. This whole thing, man, I just hate cancel culture and this high school drama mentality where it feels like you have to hate on somebody because somebody else told you to hate on them. And then suddenly all of the people hype each other up to hate on somebody. It feels so wrong. So Kaje was... Who's Kaje? I'm missing some context. It was Kenji's friend. So it was discovered that Kenji had a group of quote-unquote friends that made a group message together where they shit talk a lot of people. Personally, I've never... You know what? Group messages on Discord often get toxic. Every time there's some dirty leak stuff that comes out is from Discord groups. The only Discord group I'm in is with Parrot and Nuzagi, and the only person we talk shit about in this group is Nuzagi. And we make fun of him for being short. Sometimes I just send him short meme and he wakes up and he's like, fuck you, Rima. Who's a Kenji? Wait, you guys don't know Kenji? He's a very large indie. Like, almost Bao size. He has multiple channels. They all have a lot of subscribers. You know, he's got Kenji clips, Kenji VODs. He's got more than 500k subs on YouTube. And he's got, I don't know, 3 to 4k CCV on Twitch, maybe. So he's more on the Twitch side, maybe. That's why you guys don't know about this. DN deserves it too, yeah. Props to my short kings out there. What? How fun? What was it that I sent him the other day? It was so funny. Oh yeah, it was a YouTube thumbnail with a quote of a woman saying, I would... what was it? It was something dissing short man, and I was like, damn, even YouTube, they're not. Nuzaki can't catch a break. Even YouTube is dissing on him today. Is shitting on him today, and he was like, fuck you, because it's basically calling him short. Yeah. And it's pretty shitty. I mean, I also heard about some people I thought were my friends talking shit about me lately, so it happens a lot. I'm sure it happens a lot. So right off the bat, the intention there is not good. But we have a bad intention, bad faith in play. Yeah, the end collateral damage. Yes, absolutely. And this is so when Kenji outed out Dove, which is who was the original doxer, then Kage supported him, and then Kenji came out with another tweet saying, "Don't send me fake love, Kage. You're in these hate group chats with Dove. Y'all fake as fuck." When did forming individual opinions get so rare? I don't know if it's because we're on the internet and things are taking to an extreme. I don't know if these people are young, and I'm not just saying young in terms of age. I'm talking about, life experience plays into that, maturity, etc. Who knows? When I being acted Lamau, no fucking, I don't even know what these screenshots are supposed to tell me, if I'm gonna be honest, but I want to listen to this video of him. He just posted this 9 hours ago. Do you guys want to listen to it? So this guy Kage, I should have probably grabbed a screenshot of that, but he's completely, look guys, he has a huge YouTube channel. He's a big creator. He's a big indie creator. He has 147 subscribers, 47,000 subscribers, and he's wiped every single video. It's all gone. His Twitter is all gone, and he changed his PFP to "I'm sorry." Everything's gone. Like, he just black screen. And he seems very apologetic about all this. But I do want to hear what he has to say. Should he get backlash for participating in the hate group and doxing and lying about it and trying to hide it? Sure. But how much backlash should you get? I guess there is a line somewhere. I don't know exactly where that line is. Have we reached it? Have we not? I don't know. You guys can make up your own mind about this. But what I want to talk about on the broader spectrum and about cancel culture is, I'm just wondering, I think cancel culture has its downsides. It has few pros, but the pros were mainly that we could reach people in position of power that we could not reach otherwise through the normal means, such as the judiciary system, law enforcement, etc. So cancel culture against these people, it's fine. The Jeffrey Epstein of the words, the R. Kelly, the P. Diddy. Okay, that's alleged, but still, he seems like a pretty shitty person. I think cancel culture can be really powerful in those cases. But now we're in an era where cancel culture is from individual to individual. And, okay, I don't think, by the way, Kenji, what Kenji did, I don't think it's cancel culture, because that's something that actively affected him. What goes into cancel culture for me was the whole audience and fans war that happened after between Kenji's fan and Sayu's fan, where they started digging up stuff from what people said 10 years ago and 2 years ago. And then when one person gets under fire, all of their disagreeable stuff that they've said or done in the past gets picked up and amplified and overblown. So what I don't like, I really think that I really hate cancel culture. I mean, I've said it so many times. But beyond that, I feel like the practice of ostracization is bad for our society. And the practice of exiling somebody from a community is not you know, it's something that's been done since ancient Greece. And it's they used to vote, to put on a vote if they wanted to have like to exile somebody each year. And if the vote passed, they would assemble, and for several weeks they would debate on who they'd want to exile. And that was mainly to prevent somebody from gaining too much power and becoming a tyrant. So, you know, it still kind of had a system. And the thing is, even though you got exiled, you still were able to remain your properties. To retain your properties, you were able to remain a civilian of Greece. And when you came back, the stigma associated with your exile was gone. You could come back into society because you had served your penance, you had done your dues. What I don't like about cancel culture nowadays is that I feel like it's going beyond that. It's going beyond paying your dues. And sometimes the punishment of the perceived crime is now larger than the crime itself. It's the worst. It's like your mom scolding you and then she starts bringing up stuff you did wrong since you were 3 years old. Yeah, exactly. And oh, about your mom scolding you, that's a good tangent. We've lived in a punitive society for over 150 years, you know? When we grow up in our family and you do something wrong, you get yelled at, you get scolded. When somebody does wrong in our society, we put them in prison. We have these juvenile schools, etc. So we don't really know as a society another way to go about things. But clearly something's gone too far. And I don't have an answer as to how we should re-educate people and how we should give them reintegrate them back into society, but maybe we should try something else. So I'll get to the next stuff. He hasn't done anything really bad. Cancel culture, because at the end of the day, I mean, this is what's happening to NUX, you know. Nowadays, I feel like we're not canceling somebody because of a collective viewpoint. It's everybody's getting canceled by a bunch of individual people that all have their moral lines and their moral stance set at a different point. So, but they want them to abide by their own moral stance, which is weird. And my other problem with it is that it involves, you know, a lot of public shaming, shunning, silencing people, and just removing an individual from society. But not only that, because you could boycott somebody or you could boycott a company and that would be fine, right? Voting with your wallet. But now we're going a step further and we don't want other people to also engage in that company. So, for example, I had to calm down some people because there were some people showing support for Kenji. Oh, okay, I'll just take my own example. When Kenji first came out with his tweet saying he got doxxed, I showed support towards him. I said, I hope you're fine, you know, I hope you're safe, whatever. And I also got backlash for saying, why are you saying this when he did that to Sayu? So it's like, if somebody is getting in the way of me and using like trying to go to an enterprise, like, okay, you have the right not to support something. But not only that, but they did it retroactively. Because all the Sayu stuff came out after. So anyway, let's go into the Kage stuff.
As a disclaimer, I wrote down bullet points just so I don't lose track of what I want to say, and if it sounds too formal, that's probably why. Before we start this video, I want to give a personal apology to Ollie about my inappropriate comments in one of my videos. It was never my intention to make fun of past victims. I'm also sorry for mistreating you.
You can support multiple people depending on how hard of a time they're going. Yeah, I mean, you can be against, you know, the doxing of individual and hate group forming, and also be with Sayu with, like, she shouldn't be slandered and she shouldn't be defamed, you know. Who would you rather hang out with? King Gorilla, the Lizard Emperor, or the Fish Magistrate? Definitely the Fish Magistrate. That's an easy one. Yep, I do agree with that, Aquarig. All right, it's another black screen. I don't know. What do you guys think of the black screen apologies? Is this the norm? I mean, feeling sympathy for somebody has nothing to do with cancel culture. That doesn't mean that you should go out of your way online and tell people, you know, don't feel sympathy for him, don't have allegiance to this person, don't have allegiance to this person instead. That's it's too much energy expended on trying to control other people. I feel like it's now memeable and it's over dramatic. I feel like they might as... Yeah, Niji ruined it. True. I feel like you could have... What's wrong with just having your avatar? I think it's a non-issue in itself when it comes to VTubers. It's not like they have a real body to add to their commentary. Do you guys think they're doing the black screen so people don't read too much into the body gestures? Who's making an apology now? Kage. Kenji's friend.
You and underpaying you. At the time, I was very strict on posting TikTok videos at a certain time and wanting it a certain way, so I felt frustrated when things didn't go how I wanted it to go. It made me decide to take out some pay as penalty and was pretty much rushing you to finish it, but I know that this wasn't discussed in our contract, so I'm sorry for hurting you, and I know you may not forgive me, which is understandable, but I want to let you know that I know what I did is 100% wrong. I deserve all the consequences for my actions, and if you can find forgiveness in you, I hope we can work together in the future, and I'll make sure there won't be any miscommunications from the start. And I hope you can tell me whenever you feel uncomfortable with things I say and want to post online. Second, I want to deeply apologize from the bottom of my heart to my community and my friends for losing their trust because of the actions I've done. Before I explain the whole hate comments in that group chat, it initially was just a group chat.
He's gonna explain them. I haven't seen the hate comments, so I'm curious. I'm very curious.
Of people who had problems with Kenji and how we would discuss it with him. It wasn't supposed to turn out that way. Just to clarify, before I explain the whole situation of the group chat, I want to take you guys all back to the time I had problems with Kenji. This was around early 2022 with a TikTok that I posted. It was me playing this game called Death Run or Death Trap. At the time, I was experimenting with all sorts of TikTok formats for gaming. I actually first stumbled upon Ludwig's TikTok gaming format back then. And I thought it was cool, and I used it as an inspiration. Keep in mind, I was friends with Kenji at the time, and I noticed he also had a sort of similar format of having his model on the bottom and the game on top. I thought it would be cool to do the same because the viewers could easily see.
I thought people on, okay, this is kind of a tangent, but I thought people on TikTok did the game on top because it's like to satisfy the ADHD brain. Mildly OCD, there were a couple people who issued apologies. While in character, black screen might be dramatic, the alternative is cringe. What if you just post your avatar but you're not crying, you know, you're not putting on the sad toggle, you just, like me, you know, my avatar looks pretty neutral right now, right? Spectre, I think the point is that you don't want to have your avatar up there with a big smile because that's incongruous, but you also don't want to frown because that could be interpreted as manipulative. Yeah, it is weird, right? Because they know that you press the thing to look like that. Oh, just look at what happened with Silverveil during Hogwarts. The way her avatar was did not fit with her breakdown. Oh, really? I didn't think that, but maybe. I guess when people dislike you, they'll pick apart anything, right? Damn. Alright, let's go back to the video. You guys ready? We're gonna get flashbanged.
The gameplay and my expressions, so I used a similar format in a future video. However, because it was the same game and my reaction was pretty much the same as Kenji's, he subtweeted my TikTok saying that I copied his homework word for word, bar for bar. I noticed these similarities and I realized that I was in the wrong, and so I commented saying sorry. As time went on...
So they weren't friends back then? Why was there a tweet about that? Why not just Wait, were they friends back then? Why not just DM it? Okay, that's weird. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't have this information. If they were friends, they should just DM it each other. Don't subtweet it. I hate subtweeting. I hate it with a passion. I hate fake tweets. I think we all... I hate fake tweets and I hate subtweeting. Just say it. Just add the person. Rima, please forgive me, but bark, bark, bark. Oh my god. Thank you, Charlie. Can you imagine Doki Bird apologizing sincerely with that smirk on her face? That's awesome.
I got a DM from someone saying that they saw the tweet of me and Kenji with the TikTok video. They told me about some negative things Kenji did to the others, and I later found out they didn't tell me the whole story. At the time, I was shocked, but I continued to mind my own business. As time went on, I thought everything with Kenji was cool because we briefly talked and it seemed like we resolved any hard feelings. After that whole TikTok thing, I noticed he was still tweeting and even telling his streams about people copying his content, editing style, and personality. I would even notice him tweeting over my debut tweets.
They must not have been friends back then. That's probably what happened, right? I guess they weren't friends. That wouldn't happen.
I did know he had an upgrade for his model, but the timing of these tweets were just like really odd to me. And so all of this was taking a toll on my mental health because I was just doing my own thing, and apparently he still thought I was copying him. I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was constantly being pressured as a content creator, and I was scared to create new videos because I didn't want him to think I was copying him. I was trying to stay in my own lane, and I changed up my TikTok style as much as I could without it being too obvious.
Unrelated, but if you're a big content creator or you're an influencer, you're gonna get copied. And I feel like, okay, my stance on this is the Marc Jacob stance. So Marc Jacob is a very popular fashion designer. He was at the helm of Marc Jacob. He was at the helm of Louis Vuitton. And, you know, they asked him, what do you think about all the fake handbags that they're doing of your bags? You know, what's your stance on that? And it was just like, let them. You know, the woman who's buying the fake Louis Vuitton bag, she's never gonna be able to afford my bag. It's not directly in competition. And there's this rule on YouTube that you can make the same video of somebody else, but if it's not better or adds something new, it's called the 1% rule. If it's not at least 1% better or adding something new, it will not perform better. So I don't think you should be threatened by something like this, you know, unless maybe somebody's hijacking your whole brand and your whole identity. I feel that apologies or whatever should be in private. It feels weird because we know they're trying to appease an audience, and I feel that way about any apology video, even if it is sincere. I think we've had so many apologies, you know. We've just seen too many of them. When I bring my chin up like this, I was drinking something. Hello, Pandora. What does this background stuff have to do with the hate group chat? You mean the shorts here? So what is Kage explaining right now is, I guess, his first encounter with Kenji, where he was doing some short TikToks that were inspired by his content or very similar to his content, and Kenji was subtweeting about him and calling him out on Twitter. Either way, you know, the content creators copying your stuff and you feel uncomfortable with it, that's your right, but you could also just message them. I'm just spitballing here. This is a developing situation, and this is just my you know, my reactions to this new information. I accept your apology. Why, thank you, Cypher.
Obvious. When looking back, I'm the type of person that likes to talk it out in private before escalating problems to the community. So when it seemed like Kenji kept publicly humiliating me, it felt like he was playing mind games with me, which he did recently by calling my Discord in front of thousands of people and pretty much humiliating me when I was at my most vulnerable state. I understand he was angry and frustrated, but he didn't even give me a chance to explain myself before hanging up on me. It could have been done privately in a call so that he could hear what I had to say.
But why did Kage join the call? I didn't see that stream where they all joined on his stream and he live streamed the whole thing and they were talking about what they did and trying to explain it to him. But I mean, didn't Kage agree to this?
To 2022, I decided to DM him first regarding the tweet that he sent to ask if it was directly about me. So this was his response. I told him that I changed my format and everything, and that I didn't want to escalate any sort of issue.
Wait, bring it back. Hey Kenji, you saw that was running, that tweet wasn't blamed towards me. I know we had a thing from the past, but I just wanted to clarify. Why would you wonder that? Because one of the comments you answered to pretty much happened between us in the past, however, you still didn't answer my question. On the off chance that is, what are you looking for? Last time I confronted you about an issue, it somehow got
that
worse.
I changed my format and everything, and that I didn't want to escalate any sort of issue. I even told him I changed everything up and that I would be respectful to how he felt. And this was his response. I'll leave it up for you all to read.
The audio is so quiet. If you really care about how I felt towards you or what you do, you wouldn't be in this situation right now. Trying to be respectful and being respectful are two things. Copying content down to even the same editor. Copying design down to the same artist. It was so bad that after I was done streaming, you'd go live with the same game, saying similar things that I did when I was streaming. Wait, really? Is that true? that's a little more than just copying a short. To be fair, you did chill in my chat for a little, and when you did watch content creators, they do rub off on you. I get a lot of influence from my favorite creators, so that's how I rationalized it, so I left alone. But as these things built up, this behavior became a little more apparent. I started to seem a lot less like influence, a lot more like imitation. So imagine how it feels to be copied in literally every aspect while streaming, to the point where I have to be careful while I'm streaming not to talk about ideas that I have about the future, because next day I know someone else takes them and make them. Oh, I see. Okay, I see why Kenji is a little upset. Mental health is very important. I don't want to put a toll on yours, but let's not play victim. Your actions are why we are here. Your mental health is important, but so is mine. People tend to dismiss content creators' emotional well-being due to them having a platform. It's almost like we are shamed for expressing basic human emotions, and while this was unfolding, I am supposed to be the bigger person and cover my mouth and turn a blind eye, since this is what's expected, but as a person, one can only handle so much.
I responded back to him.
I mean, it is true that people dismiss content creators' emotional well-being, like that they should be above everybody else, that they're held to excruciatingly high standards.
Saying that I was the same person that I was when VTubing popped off in 2020. Keep in mind, this was before he joined VTubing.
So far, this doesn't feel like an apology video, even though it's titled "I'm sorry, goodbye." It feels like he's trying to clap back at Kenji, like you said, AC. I agree. But I guess we'll see.
As for the copying content, I responded back with saying, quote, "Are you implying that I can't play the games that I got on stream because you streamed it that day? What about the other people in that category that streams the same game?" End quote. I even told him that I always have a stream schedule and that I've been following it ever since I started VTubing. I've always been a variety streamer. I even told him to check my old YouTube videos that I posted. I told him my personality hasn't changed and that it was the same throughout. It made me think he believed whatever he streamed or posted was his original content, even though there are thousands of content creators that do the same thing. I also told him about the whole editor and artist situation.
Okay, so, okay. Maybe I should just read it out and it's gonna be faster than him explaining it. Or do you guys want to hear him say it? But basically he's saying, okay, he says, I can't believe, you know, you're gatekeeping your artist and editor. I tweeted that I need an editor and your editor came to me showing his portfolio. Your artist wasn't the only one that I contacted for Life to decommission. It was just the fact that your artist replied to me first with an open commission months ago. As for copying design, part of the message, you don't even know what my model looks like. How can you assume that it's exactly like yours? How are these guys friends? That doesn't sound like a friendly exchange. Maybe they become friends after? That's gonna be such a plot twist.
His response made it seem like he was gatekeeping them from working with me. During that time, I was looking for an editor to make my YouTube videos, and so I made a tweet about it, and his editor actually commented on that tweet. He wanted to work with me and showed me his portfolio, and so I accepted his offer. I can't just turn someone down because they work for Kenji. I feel like they have the rights to work for anyone. As for the artist, I was looking for a live 2D artist that could draw male VTubers. It was hard at the time to find artists that could draw male VTubers on Twitter. His artist wasn't the only artist that I contacted to work with. It was just that they were the first to respond with an open commission, and so I accepted. As for...
I noticed you did my friend son Kenji's model. But they're not friends, aren't they? So he was looking for him for inspiration.
Open commission, and
not that
so
it's
I
copying
accepted.
per se. I don't know, they're both saying two different things. This guy's framing it like, oh, he was a source of inspiration. I looked up to him. And Kenji seems to say that it was definitely more copying. Like if you're
Copying
copying
his
somebody
design,
down to
he didn't know
stuff,
what my
yeah,
model
it's weird,
looked like
for sure.
because I only released the silhouette. My model was based off of my 3D and my
He deleted all of his video, Azahara.
old 2D model. I had a whole lore prepared for it, which was why I wanted it. Which is why I wanted the model the way that it looked.
People are like this, and here we have Rima wants to introduce her editors to DN. Yeah, I gave DN one of my editors, and like I also share sponsors with Nuzagi and Parrot. Like, you know, the more the better. We also share the same thumbnail artist. You know, I don't know. Yeah, we have a very different. I'm so glad with my friendships. That's what I'm realizing now. Yeah, we have good friends. We have good friends.
The hoodie and all of that was inspired by Assassin's Creed because I love that game. I told him that it's not a carbon copy, even if the artist that made his model did mine. Of course, the drawing is similar because it was the same artist. I even apologized about the TikTok video I posted a few months back. I told him to go back to that VOD when
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see this.
I was playing that game. I asked chat what horror games I should play, and of course they recommended that game that Kenji played before.
Oh yeah, and Parrot is sharing the artist that's making his new model. His artist is gonna make my ref sheet for my next model, because my artist doesn't have the time to make a ref sheet for me. And Parrot's artist is great, and yeah, we share.
As for the editing style, the way he said it made it seem like he was claiming it as his own. I told him it was ridiculous to claim an edit style as your own. It is an edit format that many other creators used, as well as big creators. The one incident that made me draw the line was when he claimed I was imitating his personality. I've always been like this ever since I was a kid. Oh, somebody poopy here. All right. 30 minutes? Yeah, 30 seconds. Actually, I take that back. Yes, 30 seconds for me too. No, oh my god, you freaking.
Oh, he's a Kage like Hokage. The Naruto fanboy.
Oh my god. Yo, are you mini? Oh my god, you slanky son of a. Die. Oh.
I don't know if this is Kenji's videos. Like I've watched if it's Kenji's personality. So he's showing this to showcase that he's not imitating Kenji's personality. He's just always been like that. I've watched some of Kenji's content. He's very energetic, you know, cracks a lot of jokes, speaks very fast. I actually enjoy his content. He has really good content. His edits are good. They're really good. But I don't know enough. I haven't seen enough to draw similarities, really. There is enough people watching to go around for everyone. I watch multiple videos and streams of people who make similar videos and stream because that's my interest. Audience is not limited by for people to take from. So true, Hayden. So true. Especially on YouTube. People on YouTube, that's what's great about it. Unless it's like, you know, they'll watch one of my videos, then they'll watch Barrett's video, and then they'll watch, you know, Nizagi's video or Kyo's video or False after. So they can watch all of them, but there is more of a limited view pool maybe for Twitch. It might be a little different. Twitch is a lot more reliant on raids, collabs, and networking than YouTube. Is this Kenji talking or the other guy? This is Kage talking. But Kage also, you know, handpicked this this stream to show it to us. So, you know, just keep it in mind when you're doing your analysis. Oh no, what if Rima fans get toxic and parasocial because Rima is friends with Rabbit Boy and Bird Boy? It'd be too late for that.
Oh my god, disgusting! You disgust me! Disgusting. Don't touch me. You guys know me and how bad of an actor I am. I even told him that I never wanted to be him. I then responded to his other claim about, quote, your actions are why we are here, end quote. If he thought my actions were wrong, he should have told me instead of publicly trying to hint at something or messing with my head. I've tried to work out all the miscommunication in the DMs, but he continued to make assumptions about me and think that I'm manipulative when all I wanted was to keep things peaceful between us. This is what he then responded.
You asked me to be specific. I gave you... it's going too fast. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You asked me to be specific. I gave you my thoughts and feelings about the situation and behaviors I have noticed. You can paint it in any way you'd like. If you'd like, I'd be more than happy to sit in a Discord call to hash this out, but for now, I'll go ahead and address your points. Oh, you offered to go in a Discord call at least. However, the fact that you claim it to be your edit style is outright ridiculous. This is a quote from you. But if it was the edit style, I see the resemblance. I'll go ahead and link your TikToks before and after we met.
Responded.
Okay, editing style is like an art style. I've been editing like this for years, so no, it's not an outright ridiculous claim. I feel like it's very justified considering the timing. Even you admitting it, before that you see the resemblance. Copying content. It was so bad after that that I was done streaming. You'd go live with the same game. Are you implying that I can't play the games? That okay, that's his response. No, I'm not implying that. I'm not saying I'm the original content creator that does it all first. I was simply telling you I'd noticed that after my streams, you'd go live with the same exact game, saying the same things I would. Needed to... Okay, this is for the editor claim. You missed the point. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm not saying I'm their boss, and I have not once told you to do or not to do anything. I brought up those points because it felt like you were shadowing me. No pun. No pun intended with your name. After seeing you get the same editor as me and then the same artist and everything prior to what I've seen, it's hard from my point of view to chalk it up to coincidence. And even if it is, how many coincidences do I need to justify my feelings? I quote retweeted your TikTok with my TikTok once and you asked me to take it down and I did without question. Oh, okay. I missed the part, I guess, or I wasn't paying attention when he said he took it down. Or are we gonna act like that didn't happen as well? In regard to my most recent tweet, you were mentioned. In my subtweet, I was simply venting my frustrations due to all of these coincidences. Overall, was the subtweet petty? Yes, I was being immature and I probably should have talked to you in the very beginning. Where am I? Oh, to make sure that there was no misunderstandings. I appreciate you listening to my side of things and thanks for sharing your side. Okay, I like this response from Kenji more. I think it's a better way to do conflict resolution. When you are trying to do conflict resolution, I think it's much better not to you know, pin the blame on somebody, not be too aggressive. Once is perhaps, two is coincidence, 3 times is a pattern.
My response to him about the edit style was that my editor, not Kenji's editor, but a different one for TikTok at the time, didn't know about Kenji because he was just popping off. He thought that the style was just a general editing format of all of Vtuber TikTok. I even told him why hasn't he bashed other Vtubers that had similar styles and why was he instigating me.
Because
with this editor, I've constantly tried to change formats to see what fits best with my personality. I even admit that I saw his video and thought it was a cool idea or a cool editing style, but he wasn't the first and only creator that inspired me to do this style, and because of our past trauma, I've learned to stay away. In terms of my stream hours, I told him before that I was moving states, so I needed to change my hours based on the new time zone. I've been consistent with the stream time ever since I moved in the beginning of 2022. Looking back, I admit I can see why he might have misunderstood my intentions, but this is a tight community and a lot of artists and creators work together and inspire each other's work. I swear I never wanted to be Kenji or intentionally stole his model or ideas. I thought to myself, why didn't he just reach out to me so that he could understand everything? I was just doing my own thing.
I wonder how popular Kage was.
I then made a whole point on the tweeting thing that he did about me and all. I told him how I felt, and I even told him about some of the stories I've heard about how he treated the others. Keep in mind, I didn't know the whole situation with him and the others until...
Rima, I'm in a lot of pain right now, etc. There you go. Seems like he's punching down. I see this punching down argument a lot. Do you guys feel like it's less justified because it's somebody less popular than you? The punching down argument?
Till I joined the group chat, which was later. I gave him my reason on why
he was okay for being part of the Monfongo boys. Felt like the community group are carrying each other. So was Kenji in the Monfongo boys as well, Sky Rainpuff? I mean, it's a huge coincidence to use the same editor and the same artist as a very large creator. I'll admit, I mean, there's just so many artists. Like, he's making it sound like it's a small community. And it is, but I think I disagree that it's a small community in the terms of artist pool and editors. When it comes to editors, you don't necessarily require a VTuber editor. Any editor will do the job, and there's a ton of editors out there, let me tell you. But maybe if Kage is a big creator by that point, he has more budget for editing, and then they're all seeking the same very like sought after individuals. Maybe. I'm lacking a lot of information here. Oh, punching down means the attacks are unwarranted. That's what it means? I thought it was in regards to your status. No, I did ask about Kage. I'm wondering about the Mofongo boys. Who are they? Are they a group? They're a streamer group? Oh, Misha, okay. You're familiar with the content? I'm not familiar with Kage at all. No, etc. will bankrupt me. I can't afford 20k. Etc. Oh, punching down isn't for gouging morality. It's the justification for why two different people will get two different crowd reaction for the same thing. Oh. Okay, Arden. That's what I thought. Ardentop. Oh, I had it right. So it is in regards to status. Okay. Oh, it means picking on somebody smaller or weaker. That's a good way to describe it.
Didn't want to join the call with him because of the people he hurt. I told him to DM me if he ever felt uncomfortable. I thought this whole drama that I had with Kenji wasn't a big deal. It was just all assumptions and miscommunications, which was why we had our own call. I admit it traumatized me, but I thought everything was cool and tried to work past it. I thought we were friends after that until someone invited me to the group chat literally within the same day or after. It was supposed to be a group chat for all of us to talk about our issues with him and get a better idea so we could directly communicate to him. I told everyone my side of the story and sent screenshots of our talk, but afterwards it went out of hand and...
Wait, that's how the group chat started? Okay, that's weird. It's like, I don't know. It's like if a Niji sister had a problem with me and another Niji sister had a problem with me and they don't know each other. And then they're like, yo, I saw you quote RT that Rima tweet. Let's get into a voice call and discuss discuss what? Discuss what? How to bring somebody down? Like, is there anything like positive that's gonna come out of this? That's incorrect. The concept of punching down is from identity politics. Someone with more status, aka power, you had the right of it. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, professional gentleman.
No, I didn't realize how many people were affected by him. And
For example, Rima, you punched down on the short king DM. Well, that would be punching down, like, literally. Get it?
Stories I've been hearing about him made me furious and angry. It made me realize that being his friend was not a good idea, and instead just being mutuals was the better option, because I did not want to be betrayed again if I got too close to him.
Huh?
Like I said before, I just wanted to be on okay terms with him and do my own thing. Again, the stories I've heard about him in the group chat made me angry, which was why I made those harsh comments. Regardless, it was wrong for me to talk behind his back. From what I remember, they were telling me about how he was mistreating the mods. I couldn't understand how he could do those things to people,
How can
and it
you
made me
mistreat
furious.
mods?
So I decided to DM him because, like I said before, I'm the type of person to talk
Mods
it out
don't
one-on-one
speak up.
before escalating things. I did come at him aggressively after the story I've heard about him and the mods from the others. Looking back, I only knew one side of the story, but I let my emotions take off on him in the DMs, which was wrong for me to do. I wanted to understand both perspectives, but the way I approached him was pure anger, which again is my fault. Here are the screenshots of my DMs with him.
Wait, what? What is this
Both
scuffed ass
perspectives,
screenshot?
But the way I approached him was pure anger, which again is my fault. Here are the screenshots of my DMs with him.
So I've heard you've been him. Okay, who's blue? Is blue Kage? Oh yeah, it is. So I've heard you've been humiliating more people. Why are you ranking mods from best to worst? Bro, you are outing yourself right now. Why is somebody that's not a mod speaking out for his mods? Get off my dick. We were doing a podcast and did an employee of the month thing. It's me, dickhead. Hop off me. I'm so confused. And also, like, clean your phone. You can't. Mods aren't even human. That's what I'm saying. Hashtag unlock the basement. Hashtag free the mods. No. Dude, ranking mods. Banger idea. Watch out, mods, or I might do that. I don't know what's going on here. Memes? What memes? Employee of the month? Still shaming if I say so myself. Do you even pay your mods? I've heard a lot of things. Who pays their mods? Not a lot of people pay their mods. That's not standard practice. I've heard a lot of things that happened during your podcast. Them being a bit aggressive, I see. Bro, if somebody comes into my DMs and starts telling me how to do stuff, or what I should have done or not have done something, I would fucking lose it. I would fucking lose it. Freedom mod? Oh no! Oh no, I'm having a revolution in chat! I'm sure you know about me giving 1k to a mod of mine to get herself a PC. Did you also know I bought games for the mods so they can participate in little game nights? Oh wait, don't forget the scheduled stream event where... Okay, these guys were not friends. That can't be that. What kind of friends is that? Let my people go? When are we getting to the apology in the apology video? It feels more like self-justification video. Also hashtag freedom mods. Literally, when are we getting to the apology section of the apology video, dude? double downs for the mods fund. Yeah, keep sending me mods funds, guys. It's surely gonna go to the mods, right? Wink. Wait, I can't wink. I'm trying to wink right now. Viva la mod revolution! Oh, I think that is just how Kenji talks to people if Kenji considered Kage a friend. Oh, okay. Maybe there's some intention that's not translating through the text. I don't know. Well, good for you on that part, but you shouldn't consider your mods as an employee unless you actually pay them. Oh, okay, I get why he's asking why he should pay them. Because he's saying, oh, it was an employee of the month kind of thing. They're just volunteers helping you out. Also, why dispute this to over 400 plus people instead of your ancient mods only? Just content, no? Almost done with the video. That's... Wait. I skipped the screenshot. That's what happens between us before we're already resolved, and if not, again, I'll extend my hand if you'd like to hop in a call. It's easy to misinterpret message, that's why I don't like writing. Calling usually clear things up because you can understand the tone and everything. True. I'm not mod, but you can abuse me all you want. See, I'm about to flip this around. My mods get abused for free, you know? You should buy Kenji an apology ukulele. You mean Kage? Kage's the one that's trying to apologize here, yeah. I thought that message wasn't too aggressive because I've heard you've been humiliating others, which I thought mentioning that would give me a clearer idea of what's going on here, but thank you so much for clarifying stuff like that. I know you're not evil, you're human just like I am. The problem before was definitely resolved on my part, but just hearing other stories is just, I don't know, man, like I'm confused. And if you're willing to call me, we can try to figure it out. I'm down. Just don't like seeing people hurt, you know. Bro, it's not your fucking problem. No, I don't...
Of course, I didn't mention the other stories because, again, it's not my place to say it.
I wouldn't even get into a call with somebody that's coming up to me with an issue like that.
After that last screenshot, I sent what...
Funny thing is, you rarely get misunderstanding like this IRL because there's more context and nuance in communication. Oh yeah. And I have a very emotional face. When I'm glaring at somebody, I'm glaring them down. There's supposed to be an apology in this video, Lillian, somewhere. We haven't got to it yet. But surely, I mean, there's 5 minutes left.
We talked about in the group chat.
Okay. Yeah, it's not worth the hassle, right, Aligraza? Because that's just weird. This dude has a messiah complex, too sanctimonious. Yeah. Yeah. Who's gonna tell him mods aren't real people, lol? I'm joking, I'm joking. My mods are great. I'm very blessed with my mods. They do get paid in abuse. Okay, never mind. What I wanted to say was basically answered. Wait, oh. Kage posted a screenshot in the group chats. I don't like this whole leaking screenshot thing as well, by the way. I don't like this part of the internet culture. I do notice quite a bit of aggressive, submissive power dynamic between the two. This Kage guy is really, really submissive. I don't know why. Power bottom. Okay, so are they gonna shit talk him? Also, we don't know how the relationship are now with the mods and him, minus the whole situation with Minxie. If a mod doesn't like how Kenji treat them, they can just leave. They're not being paid. They have no obligation to him. You know, mods usually do it because they want to. They like it, they enjoy it. So if it stops being enjoyable, they could stop. I think after you guys have this phone call, if you decide to have it, it would be better to talk to each other as little as you can. I think it would be good if they talk it out better to communicate the concerns than hold back.
So that everyone can understand his perspective. So we did the call about the issue, and I personally thought we resolved.
Yeah, sure, you guys can leave at any time. Turns key into the keyhole.
It. Then after we agreed that if anyone had an issue with him, we're welcomed to call him, which...
You got us, bro. Alright, we pretty much resolved our issue. Let's go. Okay, so he said if anyone else had issues with him, he is welcome to be in a call. One-on-one, or if you want me to be in it, he's totally down. Wait, so he told them about the group chat, about the rest of them? I'm so confused, man. Did they all know each other?
I don't know if the others did.
Yeah, he made a group to research on Kenji. What the hell? I mean, he didn't make the group, he got invited to it, but yeah.
It was hard for me to believe him because I still felt...
Kenji Prop needs a PR cause right now. He is getting flamed on. Probably needs to inform his fans as well as the Vtuber. Sooner or later, internet remembers. I mean, what you say on the internet never leaves, yeah. For better or for worse. I don't think he's in that much of a PR hiccup. Most people, you know, he's still a victim in this situation. He got doxxed. He was a victim of a hate group. He's in his right to call them out. What happened with Sayu is a separate issue, and we can have our issues with that. But it doesn't excuse the doxing. Oh, he apologized to Ole and to his own community at first. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. And then the second 15 minutes, how did we get there in this hate group actively? Maybe last 2 minutes for Kenji. Maybe. I feel like you... Oh no, the mods are speaking up. I feel like you tell us that we're all at the bottom of the rank, so you just have us fight some sort of death rank match. Kind of like No More Hero. Just something, you're not supposed to tell them that. Do a gladiator mods. Oh, mods battle royale? Showing screenshots to public for context only muddles the water. Either you show everything for full context or nothing and resolve in private.
A bit traumatized from our interactions before. And so,
like, you guys think that Kenji's reputation is in the gutter after this, but most normie people, like anybody that would see this this situation from an outsider perspective, they'd agree that what happened to Kenji is wrong, because it is.
So I was in this pickle of who to actually believe. Of course, I chose to believe everyone in the group chat because we all had some sort of problem with Kenji, and so I tried to get the other opinions from the group chat to see how to approach it. I did tell the group chat everything he said to me in the DMs because I didn't know if he would take things the wrong way again, and I was scared. I messaged them what I wanted to say to him because I wanted their opinions on it, if it was good or not, before I sent them. Of course, the messages I was sending in the group chat were still wrong regardless, and again, I totally fucked up. After seeing the tweet about the doxing situation, I messaged Kenji first about it, and I wanted peace.
Honestly, I don't care if Sayu forgives him. I'm dropping it. Hey, listen, you guys know I love Sayu. Sayu is my girl. And I don't want any harm to go to her. But also, that's one of the reasons why I'm glad they settled this, because I was kind of afraid for her during that time. I don't want her to suffer more than she's already has, you know? Maybe that's me being like parasocial, but I don't know. I just got worried for her because the fan base it was getting heated. It was getting very heated. Hello, everybody. I see Rima's mod are fighting right now. Let's go. What the fuck? Hey man, apparently other issues rose up on Twitter about you and I'm here to notify you about it. I know our issues has been resolved, so I hope you and that person can do the same. Hey, I reached out to them and apologized for the things I was at fault for. Thanks for the heads up. I also like to talk to you one-on-one whenever you're free. Okay, sick. I'll call right now. Damn. Okay,
Keep
they're
in
very
mind,
communicative and talkative.
know what he looked like, but they only told me that he used to be a face cam streamer. I didn't know where they got the photos from because they didn't tell me where they got it.
Wait, what? I think we just missed an important part.
I didn't know where they got the they only told me that he used to be a face cam streamer. I didn't know where they got the photos from because they didn't tell me where they got it.
Okay.
Even so, I told Dove in the DMs to talk it out with Kenji because all of this is horrible and I wanted her to be on good terms with him and I wanted to understand both perspectives.
I want this over. I'm trying my best to get both of you to be happy. I know, and I really appreciate it. Blah, 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 resolve the issue. Can you do a call? If you think... Oh, this screenshot was already leaked. I remember seeing this. If you think that it's best, then I'll do it. I just want you to know that he will make me look bad. And I'm honestly really scared that you'll stop liking me as a person afterward. And I've already been unmodded from someone else. Okay, I feel like if somebody's prefacing with that, it's probably red flags. Don't worry, Dove, I'm not like that. I don't hold grudges. I know, but I'm fucking scared. With what he did to me, I doubt it. I'm on neutral grounds. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not siding with anyone. I'm all ears.
And I wanted
her
to be on good terms with him, and I wanted to understand both perspectives.
Listen, mods, if we do this battle royale mod fight, I just gotta say that I'm betting on Trace. He has much more experience in survival stuff. He's probably studied what to do in case of a zombie apocalypse, so I think Trace would be ready. Okay. I don't even know what to prepare for. They're talking about scheduling a call. Prepare yourself to be open-minded, not too quick to judge. Instead of like going straight at him, maybe try to reason with him. I don't know, though. These are the things I would prepare for. Okay.
After that call and everything, I told the group chat that it's done, and then I stopped commenting in the group chat. Keep in mind, I was the only one willing to speak with Kenji from what I know.
Okay.
I admit, yes.
Wait. Did they call?
Commenting in the group chat. Keep in mind, I was the only one willing to speak with Kenji from what I know. I admit, yes, in anger, we did try to plan something that would get him cancelled, but it obviously didn't go through because we thought there was no point to it anymore. And that
they tried to plan something that would get him cancelled. It didn't go through because there was no point. I've seen this happen. The paranoia of trying to control other people's impression of you in the VTuber space is real, more than so into other communities. Are you saying from Kenji's side? Yeah, I mean, it is scary because the VTubing community just turns on a person in a matter of seconds, and it's so brutal when that happens. And it's so cruel too. Wait, did there just... I don't know, this whole Kage thing so far, he's not convincing me. He's not apologizing. I'm gonna start doing apology rating. You know what? On this round, I'm gonna start doing apology rating. And he's coming off as very blamey. He's like trying to explain how he got to the hate group thing, but it doesn't look better. It doesn't look better at all. For me, it just made it worse than what I even thought. Who is Kenji, by the way? A very large indie streamer who's done very well for himself. It's quite big. He's very popular.
That everything was made up, which was why the Google Doc was deleted or I couldn't find it. The reason why I was still friends with her was because I knew she was a nice person and she seemed remorseful for what she did. I believe she would change and learn her lesson. I also felt bad after the group chat incident, so I felt like keeping her accountable as a friend was a way for me to be a better person. And again, I was too naive in my decision making, thinking it was enough that she felt bad for what she did. I was wrong. Being doxxed is a literal crime, and the fact that I thought everything...
Okay, I have to say something about this. Being doxxed is not a literal crime. Unfortunately, it should be, but it's not. And I've seen this going around a lot on Twitter. People, and even on some YouTube video titles, but doxing isn't a crime. Most of the information can be found publicly, so technically it's not. And that's why anonymous forum boards that do a lot of doxing can get away with it, because of that is not breaking the law technically. I have been advocating on more severe rules online about things like that though, and maybe one day politicians will wake up and realize we live in the 24th century, not century but a year, and update some laws and regulate stuff on the internet. It's not a crime, it's unethical. Unethical, yes, exactly. It's not a crime. Like, it's saying somebody's legal name, that's public information. Same with somebody's address, phone number, and all of that. Like, when you register to vote, your information is public, so that's one way of doxing somebody. There's, yeah. Like, that's why. Okay, the chat's going too fast. I can't read all of the comments. No dog petting, no less sign, no ukulele, 010 apology, agreed, Malcolm. Doxing is only illegal in Canada if the information was obtained via criminal activity. Yeah, and what's worse is that some anonymous forum boards are particularly bad because they also encourage doxing sometimes via other ways such as hacking and stuff like that. And I think hacking is is hacking a criminal activity? I think it is, because it's like piracy, right? So, yeah. Yeah. The internet's a pretty bad place, guys. So, doxing is bad, right? We all agree to that. But technically, it's not a crime. So I just want, I don't want to, just wanted to clarify that. There is 2424. It's the 24th century. Overlord Rima has claimed dominion over most of the earth, implementing laws as she pleases. Hacking is criminal. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. Oh, Ellen talked a little bit about doxing. There is a crime called doxing, but not as we understand it. Yes, with malicious intent. Good fucking point. That is true. It can be a crime if you have to prove malicious intent. But from what I've read, because guys, there was a period where I was like obsessed with, and I was so angered by the whole trend with swatting, stalking, doxing, right? That's going on. And it's kind of like something that we've just accepted as part of the content creator space. But of course it shouldn't be. And I dove deep into it. Like, I read a lot about that kind of stuff. But it is difficult to prove that it's been done with malicious intent, especially because it usually involves people all around the world. Same with swatting, man. Swatting is awful, and it costs thousands of dollars to the governments that have to furnish, and pay for all the SWAT police to go to somebody's house, and it can get somebody killed. I'll fight for Rima if she lets the mods out of the basement for 15 minutes a day. Are you gonna be my champion? Trial by fire. LM statement about doxing is US law. Okay, thanks. So is LM he got his bar thing done in America, right? But he does international law, right? It's hard to prove intent in general since people like to deny and hide their intentions. I'd have to go back and read more about it. It is an interesting topic because it's like watching a train wreck happen in live action, right? True, it might be illegal in some countries, I don't know, but I know for US and Canada it is not, unfortunately.
Thing would be okay afterwards, made me realize how stupid I am.
He's
As a
Florida
streamer
bar lawyer.
and an adult, I should know the detrimental consequences of being doxxed, and I should know better. I should have just left the group chat and cut ties with everyone then and there, but my dumb self thought it would still be okay to be friends with everyone. I am currently self-reflecting and bettering myself for the actions that I did towards Kenji, Ollie, my friends, and my community as we
see, because of him trying to excuse his behavior the whole time, now him apologizing to Kenji feels less genuine, right?
Week, but it will take time, and I know that. After a week of thinking and self-reflecting, I've been conflicted. I want to join back to the community, but at the same time, I'm too afraid to. Trigger warning, by the way. I've been getting tons of death threats from people telling me to rot, kill myself, and to just graduate. It's even to the point where people are trying to dox me as well.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking. He did something bad, but now the way people are punishing, they're fighting bullying with more bullying. They're fighting doxing with doxing. Can we just be the rational party? And they're also diluting the cause by doing that, because now they're making him a victim when he wasn't.
I know what I did was wrong, but is it really to...
I'm triggered because there's a trigger warning, by the way. I hate trigger warnings.
The point of being threatened? I thought we were all against like threats and doxing, but to me it seems like there's a double standard here, and now I'm afraid and scared for my life and the life of people who are close to me, which was why
I mean, this is why you don't do doxing. That's not how things work, though. You can't justify doxing in some specific case. Like, you shouldn't justify harassment in some specific case. It's not doxing is bad unless it's done to this person, or harassment is bad unless it's done to this person. Because by that moral, anybody can justify doxing or harassment of anybody they dislike. We have to be consistent with the way we do things, and you know, you can condemn somebody, you know, he's out of the community, he's basically exile, as we would do in ancient Greece. He's been shunned, he's been shamed. You don't need to dox somebody because he doxed somebody.
I privated my Twitter and deactivated my social media because of the messages I've been receiving. So after a lot of thinking, I've come to the decision that I will be graduating. I don't think I'll be returning as a VTuber in the future. This was a hard decision for me to make, but I don't think it's right for me to continue.
Oh, I thought he was doing this video because he wanted to return, because he was saying, oh, I'm afraid to return. Now he's saying he's not. Oh, Kage didn't dox anyone. That was dope. Yeah, that is a good point. It wasn't him that doxed. He was a witness to it and didn't step up to do the right thing, or to tell Kenji, and he was a participant in the hate group.
I just want to...
I fought for all against death threats and doxing. Someone who was involved in harassment and doxing. True. True. Horsing around is bad unless... Charlie Bonkai! He should have just not released this video. That's gonna be my ending point, but I'll finish this.
I reiterate that the actions that I've done are inexcusable. I am not making any excuses, and I'm deeply sorry if I offended or hurt anyone from what I've done. I just wanted to share with everyone my side of the story because I owe it all to you to clarify things. I know that I can do better, and I will do better. I know an apology doesn't magically make things better, but again, I want to show you guys how remorseful I am. As for my community and friends, I'm sorry that you had to see this, and I'm sorry for ruining your trust. As for Kenji, I'm sorry for the negative comments and hurting your trust in me. I'm sorry for
He wasn't really a witness, he was just friends with Doe after the doxing. But he seems to say that she shared his face because she said he used to be a live streamer or facecam streamer.
Participating in the group chat and not shutting it down as soon as it happened. I am 100% accountable for it. And again, I'm deeply sorry, Ollie, for all the things I've done to you and how I treated you. It's not right to treat you the way I did and underpay you. It was unprofessional of me. Nobody deserves that. As for the joke, I'm sorry everyone for making that joke. It was insensitive of me to make a joke like that because it's a traumatic issue that people have gone through and suffer from for like the rest of their lives.
What joke?
As an adult, I should know better. So that is all. Goodbye everyone, and thank you so much for listening. Thank you to everyone who has supported me this far, and I'll never forget the times we had. I hope you find it in your hearts to forgive me. I wish you all well from the bottom of my heart.
Okay. This video is all excuses, only 10% apology. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He should have just done the apology without trying to show all the screenshots and the groups. It didn't make it better. It didn't really justify it. We only saw more of cruel human beings talking behind each other's back. I don't know. I don't like that. I didn't like that. 2 and 10 apology for the 2 minutes of apology. This is still a bit sad. VTubing rarely gives second chances to anyone. VTubing is brutal, like NTR. Once you do something, you're committed. Yeah, the VTubing community is very brutal. Yeah. So what was the joke he's apologizing for? I don't get it. He said he shouldn't have joked about that. Dude, I don't know, man. What? Kaya, that didn't help his case at all. At all. Alright, so, as a little intermission... Yeah, the rest was just unnecessary excuses. Pretty good percentage for a VTuber apology. Was he trying to pad out the apology for the video, for the revenue? I doubt so. I don't even know if this was monetized. Who knows? Oh, he joked about sexual assault? Okay. Him deleting his video saying he will quit is a joke. Well, he is quitting, finally. Alright. Little intermission time, little chill time. I haven't got a chance to talk about it on stream yet. I did tweet about it, but for those who don't know, I have I launched my first merch line in celebration of us hitting 50k subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much for the support. It's a beautiful merch line. It's on otakubon.com. I have the link in the description below. And my friend, I asked my friend, can you make us like a short? Can you make me a short that's gonna, you know, showcase the merch? And he freaking comes back to me with this.
Listen up, Cloppers. Stop horsing around. There isn't much time left. Exclusive Kitsune merch is available for a limited time only up until May 11th. Get your hooves on this fire t-shirt and hoodie with a custom-made Foxy Mama design. Show off the cutest Rima Chibi keychain and sticker to your friends and family and become the ultimate Giga Chad Clopper. Lastly, let's not forget this Mommy Rima poster. Get 25 off plus free shipping when you purchase the bundle. So what are you waiting for? Head to the stables over at otakubon.com and place your order before May 11th.
And don't forget to tag them with the hashtag PlopShop. Dude. Oh, OG's the one. OG's the mod. He's in the chat. Yeah, thank you, OG, for the video. So he sourced all of the vertical horses for this. But yeah, so the merch line is going to be available. The drop's going to be available till May 11th only. So make sure to grab a piece before it runs out. And thanks again for all the support. Love you guys. Now let's go to let's go back to drama. No more clopping. No more horsing around. My screen is dead. All right. Next thing on the menu, the NUX. NUX is getting, you know, that happened a few days ago. Karen Rinji tweeted about it. That's how it got on my radar. Once you clop, you can't stop. NTR Nate Trot Rima. Thank you, Black Sheep Boy. So NUX. Wait, let me just check my notes. Okay. People are once again trying to cancel a NUX on Twitter. And because they say that he made a rape joke about cartoon characters. This is a few second clip, a 13-second clip. We looked at the whole VOD. It's not really what they're framing this to be. This is like super clipped out of context. What's up? 2 months, 10 more to go. Let's go. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Q Squad. He didn't really do anything. Like, I watched the video. It's really a nothing burger. All he did basically was summarize what happened in the show, because there's like a tentacle that comes out of a hole and it grabs like those two small characters. I don't know if they're supposed to be minors. Like one of them was a pumpkin, so I'm not sure what that's supposed to represent. And there's like a really creepy guy in the show, and NUX is basically dunking on the creepy guy in the show. He's making fun of the PDF file, and he's saying, unfortunately, no PDF file were harmed in the making of the show. Like, he's not sexualizing the minors as these V-tweeters claim. He's making fun of the creepy guy in the show. Yeah, it is. I don't know how this guy deals with so much. He has a really thick skin. He's also been on the internet for so long, so I don't know. Maybe he got used to it. NUX getting hate for shit out of context. What else is new? I know, right? I feel like this always happens to him. But why I'm showing this is look at the replies, guys. They are brutal. They're brutal. He is literally just sexualizing minors. Like, there isn't even an excuse to this. He is just joking about 3 canonical minors getting raped. I hate this guy, always did, always have. This guy needs to be deplatformed, please. And works with predator hunters when he is a predator. I hate this. I don't like what somebody said. I don't like the opinion they have. So my first reaction, our first knee-jerk reaction, deplatform him, silence him, get him out of here. How about you just swipe away? There's so much content online. There's so much content, and you choose, like, these people are so shook when they see something that they deem unpleasant, or that somebody else told them to be offended by, that their first knee-jerk reaction is to go on social media and try to deplatform them. Like, what the fuck? Twitter being mad at nothing again. At this point, it's practically Twitter tagline, out of context and uninformed. Yup. I'm jealous. I wish I could get this much hate. Can this man please pull a Twomad? So, they're wishing for his death, basically, because that's the streamer that took his life, right? There's a chance. Can someone hire a hitman already to assassinate this MF? NUX Center should... I don't know if I can even say that on YouTube, by the way. Sorry, but if you make sexual jokes directed at minors, you deserve to... D-word. You're disgusting and don't deserve a platform, nor a life for that matter. I'm so serious I don't need him publicly executed. What is wrong with you? I'm so tired of his ass. Oh my fucking god, and those are fucking children too. What? There was also more that I didn't put. There was also more and worse stuff as well. Like, this is cancel culture. This is what it's done to our brains. Rotten. These people pick their battle, or maybe everything offends them. There are those kind of people. Yeah. Totally rational takes. Yeah, and they go so far that they're the one bullying him now, and they're like, oh, this is offensive, this is morally wrong. But how can you justify what you're doing now, what you're saying, you know, wishing death on somebody? That's not right. That's not morally correct. You didn't make fun, like, what they... You guys should just go check out the video, because I didn't save the link, but I should have. So he basically summarizes what happened in the show in a few words. And he's like, oh, he does say the R word. That's basically what they're harping on. Like, he said the R word, so he made the R joke. But that wasn't the intent. If you watch the full thing, you realize that that wasn't his intent. He's not sexualizing the minor. He's also agreeing that the guy is creepy, and, you know, he wishes they escape. Swatting is illegal, but it's the problem with swatting is that it's so difficult to find the person who did it, because usually it's international. I remember watching this YouTube video about a guy who got swatted, and it's a very scary experience because they come in with guns. And he said that his swatter was like in Finland or something, and they had different laws there. It sucks. My first super chat. Anyways, thank you, by the way. Thanks for spending your first super chat on me. That's well. Anyway, coming from a psychology background, it's just how people self-actualize or feel part of a community. It's not about morality or ethics. It's about the dopamine. Right. And that's also, thank you, that's one thing I kind of want to go on a tangent on. The mob mentality is something that's genuinely scary. It's like we're giving in to our most primal instincts. We take a gleeful joy in tearing down somebody. And it's almost barbaric in a way. Because we used to do that back then, you know, it's like the village mentality. But now we're doing it on these huge platforms. I wouldn't wish unalive on these people like they do to the people they want to cancel. Living seems to be enough punishment already. Witty line, Black Sheep Boy. The thing is, I wouldn't wish unalive on my worst enemy. You know what I mean? Like, I would never go as far as to wish something like that to somebody. So it always strikes me as odd when other people do it. Instead of trying to change the way you react to something you find offensive, you want to change the world around you to fit your vision of how the world should be and to follow your moral lines that you've made for yourself. But why should other people follow through? We have laws in society, we have a system in place, and I feel like as long as people follow that system, that should be enough order. And when you have to resort to cancel culture is when the system fails you. Like in the case of really powerful people, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, people like that. The irony of standing for justice while calling for murder seems to be completely lost on these people. I'm glad I find no interest in Twitter. Man, you do well protecting your mental health for real. It's, yeah, no, it's exactly like you put it. I've been following NUX for 4 years. Thing is, he's chilled out a lot since COVID. He's significantly tamer. This is what he does. He's a major troll, but I will say he's super loyal to his friends. Listen, I don't fucking care about any kind of joke. I'm not the person to get offended easily. Nux is a very loyal person. I also noticed that. And he's been really helpful to me. And I wish people leave him alone. I feel like because people dislike somebody, now as soon as they hear or somebody else tells them about this perceived crime that they've done, they'll jump on that opportunity. They get happy about it. Anyway, and another thing that I'll say about Niji Sanji real quick is when the whole Niji Sanji thing, the whole scandal with Doki Bird came to be, I was always of the opinion that we shouldn't harass the livers. We should keep the focus on Niji Sanji, the company itself. It's an entity, right? It's not a person. And I even feel like sometimes the mob mentality is taking over some people that are anti-Niji Sanji, and it's making us look unreasonable, and it's diluting the cause too. You know, the boycott should be directed at Niji Sanji, not at Riku Tazumi, not at the livers, etc. Leave the livers alone. And when I see livers like Aya speak that she's getting hate and people are telling her that she should leave the company for her own good, and they're harassing her but framing it as their own good, that's not cool. And that makes me upset. The same way that I get upset when I hear that Mint Maid gets offline super chat donos that are mean. Like, can we just have more empathy on the internet? Like, just be nicer to each other, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Minovsky, the one thing people love more than a hero is to see a hero fail. The Green Goblin was describing Twitter rot. Ooh, a Batman quote. Whoa. that's wise. So I think, you know, extreme on both sides, not good, is what that's the TLDR. The right church protest will always create a mindless mob that will go too far. Yeah, it's true. Some people, that is true. I remember the protest, you know, there were some bad actors that were, you know, destroying storefronts and stuff like that. So I guess this is the virtual equivalent of this. Wait. No. Oh god. Oh god, I've committed a sin. I'm gonna get cancelled. I meant Spider-Man, guys. I meant Spider-Man, not Batman. I surely did not. I surely did not mix up both of these franchises. The crap just really blows my mind. They should really be happy for Min, but they wanted her to stay Niji and suffer with the rest. No, that's not it. They feel, well, my like pseudo psychology analysis, I guess. That's my theory. You know, take it this with as much grain of salt as you want. I'm deleting this part of the VOD, by the way, because I said, and I'm gonna replace it with a re-record of me saying Spider-Man instead of Batman. I think they're mad at her because they feel like she betrayed Niji by leaving, which is weird. Rima, wrong hero. It's Spider-Man, not Batman. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I've committed a cardinal sin. With great quotes come great citation responsibilities. Yeah. Well, attacking a company is also... Well, there's a difference between boycotting and attacking. Attacking makes it sound like, you know, you're gonna harass or insult them. When you can just... But the second part of your thing is the only way to effectively attack is through not engage in monetary exposure. I agree with that. You know, you want to boycott something, just don't engage with it. Ah, yes, the famous Batman villain, Green Goblin. These nuts. Ah, okay. Alright, we're banning Ban Grogan from the chat. Alright, so, you guys have probably seen it. There's this Niji Sanji show that happened in Singapore, right? And it was pretty empty. There was also a video going around showing the full room. This is very little turnover. Now, is this an intermission? Could it possibly explain why there's so little people? Maybe. But people are severely memeing them online, of course. And they also made a mistake. It's a picture that I didn't source though, but I've seen it going around where when Millie is displayed on screen, her name is spelled with 3 L's. So they made a spelling mistake in her name, which looks very unprofessional. And the funny thing is, well, that's what people are kind of memeing them about, is that in Melbourne for DreamHack, Hololive had a concert and it was like super packed. So I feel like this kind of goes back to one of my earliest criticism of Niji Sanji, where it just lacks the feel of a well-oiled machine. Their brand doesn't feel very premium to me. What they did here is not something, you know, awful. It's not something evil. And I'm sure that the fans who attended the show still had a good experience, because for them, seeing their livers or seeing their Oshi on a big screen, they give it a symbolic value. It's an intrinsic value that they give themselves to it. So they probably don't care that it looks scuffed. But from a brand's perspective, it's $1 billion company. It leaves lacking. And they're kind of doing a disservice to their fans and the livers by making so many mistakes, because it's kind of you're like, oh god, how do you defend that? People flew from very far places just to see the concert. True, there was this guy that flew from Korea like 13 hours to see the concert. And these tickets weren't very cheap. So yeah, these mistakes tarnish the overall experience from a fan? Probably not. But they're kind of doing a disservice to the fans that are trying to defend them. It's funny because there's all like the Niji Sanji, you know, going to war to try to defend every, you know, the last bit of honor of Niji Sanji, like it's some kind of maiden or something. And then Niji Sanji does this the next day, and it's just like, Niji Sanji stands in shambles. I'm just wondering if Nike put out an advertising and they had a spelling mistake in it, how it would get received by the public. Or if another big company like Sony put out a concert and it was that empty, how that would be received by the public. And I feel like we're much kinder to VTuber companies if it's a company that we're attached to. Niji Sanji has some great talent and some great singers. I saw another picture of a fan meetup, and some people were memeing on it because it was like a laptop that was plugged to a screen. The cable was too short, so the laptop was out in the open instead of behind the screen. It was like stacked on 2 chairs because they didn't have a table that high. It just didn't feel... It didn't feel very polished again. But the fan that went to that meetup, she was very happy with it. She was excited to meet her Oshi, so she didn't care about the scuff. Like, the fans don't care about the scuff. It's for the people that are on the outside and the people that are fan sitting that this kind of stuff is probably not gonna, you know, convince them. Hello from Japan! May you play Japanese video game EDF, Earth Defense Force. I don't have that game, and I don't really play a lot of game, but thank you so much. Hello from Canada. I'm glad to have some Japanese friends. You're gonna lose the end branch. Niji really needs a new PR rep. It's so bad and pity. Sadly, due to still investors and fans remember their event, the war will end when the new cute thing announcement. At least I'll say that I was pretty happy to see that they are already announcing a new show, a new concert. So at least I feel like they're trying to do a little more than they did last year. Hopefully Riku Tezumi will hold his promise to deliver on more content. EDF is good? Maybe I'll do a member stream of that. Thank you for the suggestion. Wait, you guys know this game? Cool. Those fans deserve better than what they got. I agree. Yeah, imagine if you're a Millie fan and you saw her name trash like that. Now, I will say, I feel bad for sometimes the way people are talking about. I think, oh, who was it? Anna addressed the Twitter, her aunties in one of her stream, and she said they were like mentally unstable or something. She seems to be taking it pretty well. I do feel like people were very hard on her because of certain rumors that were all they're all not evidence-based, and they're not backed by any proof. So yeah, it made me feel a little bad for her. Not that we participated in that, because we're not like that. I've already told you guys many times not to engage with the livers, but like I said, it goes too far sometimes. Anna has a great singing voice, yep. Wasn't that referencing a specific... I thought it was multiple aunties. Was it a specific auntie? Anna not really helping her case? Oh, you guys think she shouldn't have mentioned it. Did you see the plushie video? No, I didn't. Taking it well, I don't know about that. I think there's a need to approach matters from a perspective that takes into account both the need to criticize and the feeling of the fans. We do not do service to anyone that's coming off like gloating. True, absolutely. Criticize and take in consideration the feelings for the fans. I agree with that approach. It's more empathetic. XLOF after seeing the plushie video. Okay, I haven't seen that. Her 3D announcement tweet. Her 3D went over well, at least. Okay, cool. Oh, there's apparently a specific auntie who constantly harasses her or something. Oh, that's why she responded. Okay. See, sometimes I see stuff on Twitter that makes her look kind of in a bad light or out of context, but now that we got some context, she was replying to somebody that super chatted her, and she's talking about a specific auntie. We get to see this, that is way more nuanced than at first glance. Jeez, Sorrow. Aunties are just weird, man. They're just weird. Yeah. I see. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't show aunties that you're affected, because that's what they want. I don't know what's the psychology behind being an auntie, but it's kind of like when there was that whole trend where people would throw things on stage. So it's about, I think it has to do with just wanting to get any kind of reaction from somebody, and if you can't get a positive reaction, you want to get a negative one. Proper response, I'm not going to address that, because I'd rather just keep doing what I enjoy rather than focus on the haters. True. That's also something that I was confronted with, and it's like, at one point as a content creator, you're gonna have haters, I have my own aunties, and I'm doing a disservice to my fans by focusing on the negative. There's all these people that are there supporting you day after day after day, and you choose, when a content creator chooses to respond to negativity, it's like, what the fuck? She responded to this guy's comment but not mine, and I'm here rooting for her. At least that's how I would feel, I think. Parrot showed me this tweet that he saw on 4chan when he was trying to cheer me up, and it was like, it's a content creator, and he's like, hey guys, look at this new thing I did. And the fans are like, I love it, it's great, it's cool. And there's a guy with a megaphone in the back saying, I fucking hate it. So then the next panel, the content creator comes back. Sorry, I knocked my mic here. The content creator comes back and he's like, okay guys, I changed it, what do you guys think? And the fans are like, oh, I don't like it as much. And the guy with the megaphone is like, oh, well, I wasn't even interested anyway, and then leaves. That's totally it though. It's totally it. It's always a vocal minority. My dad explained the idea like giving attention to your younger sibling. If they can't get positive attention from you, then they will settle for negative attention. Like a bratty child. Mm-hmm. We're talking about game companies. I briefly touched on them, but not really. I just was wondering if people would be so keen on defending a company that had like a flop event like this. Oh yeah, Zilias. It's hard to wire our primal reptile brain to focus on negative hater. It takes some awareness to break that. Yeah, the brain is, you know, negative bias. We're inclined to focus on that and hyper focus on it. And it's very difficult. I'm gonna move my Vtuber here because I want to speak about. Yeah, I think it's a good lesson that we just content creators shouldn't address their antis in the first place. Probably after the fest and a new announcement, graduation is around the corner. Some will stay and others will leave Niji. I do know fans will follow. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. But I hope they'll be okay. Because there's been a lot of suffering going around the internet the past few days, and I feel like we've reached a point where it's just drama overdose. It's too much. I want to get a break in 2024. Hi, Alan. Aren't gaming companies notorious for fumbling events? Yeah, and they get shit on for it. Royally shit on for it. Okay. So now, NEXAS. I made a tweet about NEXAS because I saw their business model and I was like, what is this? So NEXAS is a very unique model. From what I understood, there's no personalized management. They're debuting 20 talents, I think. 27 talents over the course of 3 days to be able to watch the talents debut. They're not going to be streaming on YouTube, nor Twitch, nor any other large streaming platform. They are debuting and they will be mainly streaming on this brand new app that is in alpha testing, I believe, called NELive app. And their goal is to release more than 1,000 VTubers later on. So I don't know. I see what they were trying to do with the NELive app. So the NELive app. Wait, okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning. NELive has actually been in partnership with a lot of big names. They're doing a partnership with Offkai. They were doing some merch with them. And NEXAS has, as much as people are memeing them right now, they have some legit investors interested in them and their concept. They have some legit people backing them, okay? The CEO's account, he's followed by Yagu. And if you look at the investor list, there's, you know, it has Nijisanji investor, it has Hololive investors, there's Prism Project investors. So the CEO of Prism Project, who was a VTuber agency that recently graduated the talents and let them keep their IP, that guy, his name is Captain, and he's also the CEO of NEXAS, the app that Nexus is gonna be on. Finally, a show I enjoy watching, sponsored by Animal Planet. Yes, but I'm a fox. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, Gunrun also followed the CEO? Okay. So, Nexus has some good talents. I really like the cowgirl, the pink cowgirl. I love pink cowgirls. Founder of Prism Project before it was acquired by Sony. Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know about this details. So they're cooking something. As you guys know, or I don't know if you guys heard actually, TikTok lives are popping off. Okay, live verticals might be the next big thing, and I have a feeling that they're trying to cash out on that trend. They're trying to do their own thing. Might be a total flop, or they might struck gold. But even if they do struck gold, I think I'll estimate that they're not gonna break even for at least like 1 or 2 years. Right? It took a long time for, you know, even TikTok to get started. All the apps take a few years to get started. The Fox Eye that debuted about an hour ago was really good. Did you watch it on Hololive, Azahara? There are only 9 investors in the initial angel round funding. I mean, 9 investors can be enough for a startup. Depends how much they're putting. Yeah, and Nexus Life has had, you know, some special guest lectures, kind of backed by large industry named Filian, Punka Lopi. I like Odette. Yeah, their talents are good, and actually wish them the best. You know, I think... Oh, they're restreaming it. Okay, I see. Oh, whoops. Spoilers. I think if this goes well, could be good for the health of the scene. A new VTuber agency is always good. Healthy competition is always good. The only one I care about is that normal ass guy called Noah. The steel balls on that meant to stand out by being normal with a normal name. You know, with TikTok ban, Andy Live might pop off, right? I didn't even think of that. You know, V4 Mirai is also dual streaming, horizontal and vertical on YouTube. So yeah. But I don't know, I'm conflicted and I don't know what to think of this company. Like, it has some good stuff, it also got some red flags. So yeah, they also expect every one of their VTubers to stream 2 hours a day every single day, which is a lot. Their websites reads as ESL with strange sentence and like weird typos. I looked, so on their website they have this little like CEO bio. His name, the name is Harry, and he also used to work for this app called 17 Live, which is also another vertical live streaming app. So I'm assuming it's got something to do with the next app they're going for. It's going to be similar in some way, I don't know. But apparently it was one of the best streaming platform over there. It claimed that 17 Live is one of the best streaming platform. I took a look at 17 Live's I don't want to be mean, and I don't want to be over critical or over judgmental, because I don't want new agencies to get discouraged for entering the scene. But the ad doesn't look good. It doesn't look like the third best streaming app. There was like very little viewership, maybe 1 or 2 on each live stream. And then one of the links also linked to a Google form. And when we looked at the Wikipedia of 17 Live, this message pops up saying this article may have been created or edited in return for undisclosed payments, a violation of Wikipedia terms of use, and may require cleanup to comply with Wikipedia's content policy, particularly neutral point of view. So it got flagged as it was edited a lot, and if you can look at the view history, and they're like kind of arguing back and forth. From my understanding, there's a lot of that in Wikipedia, like arguing and stuff, asking for source and links. So, you know, I'm just putting it out there. A little red flag I'm raising. Could be good intention, could be just, you know, mistakes as they're polishing up their game. But I will say that about having to download a new app, generally I feel like people just don't like doing stuff that disturbs their routine. I'm subscribed to a lot of different channels when I watch my TV, and whenever there's a show that I want to watch and I have to download a new app for it, I'm just like, ugh, another one? Really? People just don't like stuff that disturbs their routine, whether it's I have to go on a new website for it, I have to download a new app, or I have to pay a new subscription. So, we'll see. ESL equals Español como segundo language. Yes, but Spanish, I speak it as well as my first language. There are aspects of Nexus that makes it look like something to be aware of. Talents of Face Connect have commented on how Face seems sketchy when they start. Yeah, exactly. It could just be, you know, a learning period. They're trying to grow. They're trying to get on their feet too, and we're being overly critical. They're kneecapping their initial growth, but given how big mobile is, especially with Zoomers, I can see this app taking off. Yeah, me too. Like I said, I think TikTok lives are really popping off, and this is gonna be competition for it. And I feel like if it's a Vtuber only app, there's something alluring to this. Like, I could see Vtuber fans downloading this down the line after they come over their initial reticence. I can't figure out the word right now. I'm having trouble finding words tonight. Why are you guys pressing X? You doubting? Other stuffs I've seen, a few other red flags is that on the Nexus website there's a few, you know, surface level errors, such as presenting a Gal Gura as a star VTuber who predated agencies like Hololive, the use of My Hero Academia imagery to pitch their brands, aiming to launch, I already said that part, aiming to launch with 40 talents were expected to stream 2 hours each day with nebulous support. So yeah. As for the people who were really critical of them saying that they would support the talents that were the most popular, but I hate to break it to them, that's kind of how it works in most agencies already. I think you guys probably, a lot of people didn't catch the stream I did with Nuzagi and Yam Albat, and Yam has a lot of experience within the agency, and she opened my eyes on a lot of things. And she also told us that a lot of agencies model were like based on meritocracy, where the most resources go to the people on the top. So it's not something unique to Nexus. Now, would I put it out there for optics, especially worded like this? No, probably not. That's a bit of a PR mishap. But inherently, it's not necessarily bad, or at least that's the standard. And if we do want to change that, we need to make more of an organic push or an organic kind of change in the community as a whole, and not just targeted toward Nexus. That was a stream on Nuzagi's channel. It was a collab with Yam. There's definitely a few ESL issues, a bunch of them. Just like the spelling mistakes, and just like the way some sentences are worded. Yeah. If they're planning to compete with TikTok may be banned in the US, opening up a valuable market. Yeah, this could be actually perfect timing for them. I mean, look at Elira. How much is it? 9 merch collab? Clearly it's because she's the most popular talent. Wait, is she one of the most popular talents? I feel like the Luxem boys are really popular. I wonder what's the metric for success. Is this money or talent? Maybe being a good little soldier too. I don't know. TikTok didn't get banned? So how is the government of the United States allowed to ban TikTok, a private company? They have never banned a company before. They're like, yo, sell it to us or we're banning it. Are they even allowed to do that? Isn't it like First Amendment rights that the government is stepping in and censoring stuff? No, she's not. Okay. Oh, that's the joke. I'm a dumbass. They don't have to sell it to us. They just can't be owned by an enemy of the US, and it's a short list of 5 countries. Oh wait, so China's an enemy of the US, like officially? Ah, okay. Okay, a foreign adversary. Right. I still gotta find some time to look into that. They've banned Russian companies before. The basis is that they're owned to belong to enemy countries. Oh, I see. Okay. They think China's spying on them or something. National security. And oh, that's why that guy at the tribunal was asking if TikTok could connect to our Wi-Fi. Sir, this is a Wendy's. I'll be honest, if the US decides to ban Bilibili, I'd just be laughing. Yeah, I wouldn't miss it. I don't use that website really. When y'all know why you need to hire a good PR team and quality control team, get them with a good background in psychology. Also, people should model companies after the military. It's foreign. I am enjoying this psychology takes for real. I'm really interested in psychology and human psychology and why people do things. They don't have to sell it to China. They could just sell it to an owner in like Singapore. What do you mean sell it to? They are already in China, no? Oh, in the US. Okay, you corrected it. Now back to the basement. This is how they ban Russian ammo and weapons. Oh, I see. I see. Divest or be banned. Divest from a company or government that looks to answer to the foreign adversary government. Okay, that's the reason why they gave that. So what's the latest development on that? Are they gonna go through with it? That's a huge part of the market that's just gone for TikTok. That's actually disastrous for TikTok. But why would they sell it? You have to sell the whole company or just the US part of TikTok to another company? Like, so what, you're losing your company? I don't know if they'll be willing to do that. Has the CEO of TikTok said anything in regards to that? It's going through. They have 6 months to divest? Oh, they'll fight legally until the last minute? Okay. Okay. Wait, Bilibili has free English subs anime? Oh? I mean, I do find some artists on Bilibili sometimes, so it's still useful. Number one right now, which is super interesting, they share a significant amount of geopolitical dependencies with the US, but the most significant issue is on the semiconductor manufacturing. Oh, okay. Damn, you guys know a lot about this. It is a good idea to explore Pepita. They won't sell TikTok to the US. Bro, hell no. Dude, I'd be so pissed if I was a TikTok CEO and they forced me to sell my company. Nah, I would say no. Just out of ego. I would say no. Even China doesn't let their people on TikTok. Still, if we want a brain rot, we should be free to choose our poison. True, Minovsky. Enact our First Amendment right. I'm going to lurk, Rima, here to support you, but I need dinner. No problem, Zayla. Alright, so the CEO would get a golden parachute. It's his bosses in Beijing he'd have to worry about. Oh, okay, okay. Right, the CEO is not necessarily the main shareholder. I haven't looked into it. He might be. So according to them, you have to be affiliated with the CCP in order to own a business in China. At least that's the info it is out there. So they're saying that he would have to be affiliated with the CCP? I have the hiccups. I'm trying to catch up the chat. It's going very fast right now. It might be because there's a serious security issues with China who can request data from any company in their country without warrants. Oh, and they have access to all our data. Oh no. Uh-oh. Every time I open TikTok and the camera's facing me, I'm like, no! Stop! TikTok is largely owned by the CCP and they have been proven to have made cyber attacks on US power plants, etc. In theory, Ban is saying to TikTok they need to remove the CCP as a controlling influence. Oh wow. Political stakes. In China, I'm pretty sure the government has a lot of control over their private business. That also includes US companies trying to breach the Chinese market. They end up losing IP to do so. Yeah. Yeah, that could be really bad. Man, it's like, how can you trust them when you know that the government can have access to the data at any time or control them? That's a tough one. TikTok company ByteDance is the creator of Douyin. Yep, that's why I think I don't know if I said it on the stream, but 17 Live kind of reminds me of Douyin, which is a TikTok version of mainland China, but isn't as toxic because CCP governs it. And I thought that the Chinese TikTok would cause less brain rot because a few years ago I saw a documentary saying that the people in China, they still wanted to become astronauts when they grew up, unlike us who all want to become content creator. But lately I fell into another rabbit hole and I find out that China has a huge content creator problem. There was this girl that has like 1 million fans, 1 million subscribers on Douyin, and she still doesn't make enough to buy food or rent. And there's like this bridge, guys. It's almost dystopian. People stream outside, and it's hundreds of streamers all talking to their phone, singing to their phone, and trying to entertain, like, and try to retain any viewer they can. It's crazy. They have everybody's a live streamer. China dog streamer, time to write my congressman. That's Chinese propaganda. They're all more brain rotted. All the TikToks are as bad, dude. TikTok as a concept isn't bad. It's a fine social media app. It does bring good things and bad things, but I think it should at least be banned for all government places. TikTok inherently isn't bad. It's what we chose to do with it. But the thing is, you saw that video? It is creepy, right? It is creepy. In the morning, they all come out of the subway station, hundreds of influencers, and they go stream outside because the GPS puts you out in the algorithm more if you stream from either a less populated area or a more high-end area. But it's just what humans decide to do when... I don't know, what's worst? A dystopian society where the government burnt all books and we do not have access to them, or a society where we choose not to read any books. And I think that's the scary part, is that we choose to do that to ourselves. I'm gonna call it popcorn content, this kind of vapid content. You don't get a lot of information out of TikToks, right? And they do these things where they won't freaking give you the answer to your question until the very last second of the video. There's very little information you can fit in such a short amount of time. But we chose that and we enjoy it. That's what's really worrying to me. High on caffeine! Thank you for the pink super chat. The big issue with social media is not only the content and the algorithm, it's also the dopamine hits it induce. I would say using TikTok short form content is not good for your dopamine system. Right, and there's also studies showing that it does reroute the way your brain functions. And we still don't know the impact of social media and that kind of high octane content on children. Like, most of us have had basically developed human brains by the time social media really became extremely popular. But for the children, we don't know yet, and only time will tell. And the other thing that also I was kind of pondering about the other day is social media used to be a tool for us. Like, phones used to be a tool for us to communicate and to access information. Oh, 078, but I speak. Okay, I still appreciate it. I still appreciate it. Don't worry. Don't worry, high on caffeine. Thank you for the super chat. TikTok also has a horrible advice, especially help. I know, dude. But now we have become slave to phones. Like, we can't focus on I can't focus on something. I'm trying to read a book or I'm trying to read a paper for research purposes. And, you know, the paper isn't jumping out with a bunch of lights and colors and audio visuals and all of that. And there's always that presence, my phone, that's just looming over me. Hey, there's something easier over here. There's something more interesting over here. You could check your notifications. And just like that, we came from using phones as a tools to being slaves to them, basically. And that's just sad. As a huge job availability issue for uni graduates, their middle income population financials are collapsing, and it's kind of sad. That's true. And there also, people are saying that like the middle middle class is also disappearing. At least you have the choice to still read. I'd take the brain rot society over the dystopian one anytime. The brain rot is a good indicator that we have a lot of smart people to keep things running. You mean the people criticizing the brain rot? True, at least we still have the choice. TikTok. Hey Esren, one TikTok bill had 90 billion in Ukraine aid. 2 TikTok USA pushes anti-American. TikTok China pushes engineering education. 3 Google and Facebook probably pushed for ban over forcing access to the actual algorithm. I could see how Facebook and Google have stakes in there as it's a competitor, and they also want to get into shorts. This would be huge for them. I blame Parrot for adding Connie to my lexicon. I know, Yinka. Same. To be fair, it's the fault of the people. In YouTube, there are many scientific presentations that I devour at 1.5 speed for my medicine stuff while doing exercise. Just optimize Lamau. I do that too. I mean, that's why I like YouTube. On YouTube, we actually have some of the highest quality content out of all the social media. And that's mostly because the monetization options are really great on YouTube, like AdSense and all that. People on TikTok don't make that much money, even if they have like a lot of subscribers. You gotta kind of figure out a way to move your platform, to monetize your platform off of TikTok and to make it a brand and to start earning money from other social media somehow. Middle class is disappearing globally and it appears intentional? What do you mean by intentional? That sounds awful. So the gap between the rich and the poor is getting wider and wider. That's bad. I feel like most of us probably come from middle class families. They're kind of like the stability portion of the population. Oh, well, okay, I didn't take TikTok live in consideration because it's true that TikTok live is selling a shit ton. Have you guys seen this this Chinese seller on TikTok live where she shows an item for every 5 seconds and she sold like 30,000 in like a matter of a few hours? There's something very hypnotic and that makes like our ADHD brain focus on it. But TikTok has changed the regulations since then that you're not allowed to show products for only 5 seconds on screen anymore, and you have to give more information to people as to what they're buying. His influence grows. Total parrot domination. No! Total Rima domination. Hey, LM, what's up? Everybody say hi to LM in chat. How's it going? We're talking about TikTok. Legally minded in chat. Hell yeah. Legal is here. Lots of corporations are consolidating wealth with mergers and buyouts while reducing quality and raising prices. Yes, the shitification of everything. I hate it. That was a good video. Probably maybe some of you guys watched it. It was a good video. Rima is definitely the dom. Hell yeah! Finally, somebody admits it. See, I'm not a power bottom. But yeah, I feel like even me, I used to love reading books, and I'm just doing it less and less. I have way less attention span than I used to. I used to draw for really long hours. Like, I love drawing, and now if I draw, I legit pause every few seconds, maybe every few minutes to check my phone. It's so bad. It's gotten so much worse. That's why, like, I always feel like I need to go on vacation to read, to take the time to read stuff, because I know I will never take the time to read stuff if I'm at home. And the thing is, with YouTube, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, even the informative one, but the thing is, when you consume a lot of internet content and a lot of like short articles and research, we're all grabbing our information from the same pool of information. So I really like reading books and reading research papers, because sometimes it kind of gives you just a fresh take you haven't heard in a while, and that is so refreshing. It feels so great. That feeling when you turn the very last page of a book and you're done and it was a great book, it's just mwah, chef kiss. Rima, I hated to break it to you, but legitimate tops don't need validations from others. Well, I don't need validations from others either. It's too late, LM. You're already in the basement. Oh yeah, LM. Yeah, about the mods battle royale. We're gonna have to talk. Nah, I'd win. I'd win. Yep, Starfay. Reading ASMR. Well, maybe one day we can do a book club or something and have a stream where we talk about it. Could be a member stream, since you're all members now anyway. When it's done, I'm sad. Yeah, I also get sad. I hate reading. I'd rather listen to someone tell me the story. Dude, I love telling but it's so niche, but I love telling stories about the books I read. Maybe that should be my streams, where I just give you guys the TLDR of a book. This isn't validation, this is just confirming facts. That's right! Facts! I'm a power top. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So what is NEXAS and why does it sound like Texas? It's a new agency that has a very unique business model. People were memeing them online. They do have a few red flags just because they have a few like spelling mistakes, but all in all, after the facts, it could be good. It could be bad. It could be really good. They could strike gold. They could be the next Douyin app. Who knows, man? I'm definitely gonna check them out and keep an eye on them. I do think they have some really good talents that look promising. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on them, and I'm gonna try to support the talents where I can. So when are we starting the mods battle royale? Because Gemnex needs to go. Shadow over Innsmouths, I call dips. I'm still wondering how I'm supposed to watch their debut. A lot of them are restreaming on YouTube and Twitch. Anyway, that's all for it now. I think I'm just gonna go and play some Manor Lord. Thanks everybody for tuning in on my comeback stream. I'm gonna try to stream more regularly again, but I still got to make a script. I'm a little behind on schedule, and I still gotta finalize this 3D concert, but I'm gonna try to do a live stream on Idol ES, because I think that could be interesting. I've been waiting for somebody to expand to the Spanish side, and I feel like their new debuts is going to be pretty hype, and I'll get a chance to practice my Spanish, which is really good, by the way, right guys? Anyway, love you guys. Thanks for talking. Thanks for the good takes and for the super chats and for the gifted memberships and just for watching, lurking. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are great. I'm gonna send you guys to Coney, Confetti, our favorite clown girl. So say hi to her from me and do your little